Hi, Samuel Suffer here with a wonderful new opportunity for you. Now, for a limited time only, you can be part of the ground floor redesign for the front driver's side car door of a 2014 Jeep Cherokee, a human factors analysis project, sponsored by the University of Idaho. Some days are just bad. They just are, especially when driving or dealing with traffic or even just getting caught out in the rain. But fear not. Human factors to the rescue! Entry and exit task analysis. In our previous presentation, the tasks relevant to entry into the vehicle fell under Phase 1, pre-departure. Task 4, load vehicle. Exit of the vehicle was restricted to Phase 4, termination, in Tasks 2, driver separation, and 3, secure vehicle. For this analysis, we will take a closer look, but please note, the tasks, conditions, and concerns in reference to the step, seat, steering wheel, and seatbelt will be omitted, as they will be covered as separate features. The entry task analysis has 4 parts. The driver side door is unlocked via a turnkey peripheral button device, such as a key fob or key with buttons on it, an external code such as a keypad on the outside of the car, perhaps on the handle or the side, or an automated key proximity sensor, as is becoming so very popular. The second task is the activation of the door opening mechanism via gripping, grasping, and pulling at a handle or lever of some variety. The third step is to move around the door and, assuming a sitting position, get your legs and arms fully inside the vehicle. Once your legs and arms are fully inside the vehicle, you can proceed with step 4, to execute the door closing procedure by gripping, pulling at a bar to, again, shut the door. Next, you move around the door and assuming a sitting position, getting your legs and arms fully inside the vehicle, you may then proceed to step 4 and execute the door closing procedure by gripping and pulling at the internal part of the door to shut. The exit task analysis is as such. Exit task analysis. While the door is unlocked and the vehicle is in park, use the door opening mechanism by grasping or gripping the lever and pulling the handle. Or push a button on the interior of the door to release the door latch. Next, push the door to an open position, one large enough to exit the vehicle. Then, you must maintain the door opening until clearance of the door swing is achieved. Next, push on the exterior of the door to swing the door shut. Finally, lock the vehicle by turnkey peripheral button device, external code pad, or automated key proximity sensor. Criterion of success. Address the following concerns. First, the premature closing of the driver door due to the vehicle being parked on an incline or the result of light to medium wind. 2. Anthropomorphic concerns regarding gripping, turning, and button pushing. And 3. Door clearance. All of these must be addressed for the project to be a true success. Getting to know the vehicle component in question. Here we see a diagram of the 2014 Jeep Cherokee front door. You can see all the internal components and the panels. You can also see how there's space between the two panels. That'll become important later. Here's a view of both front and rear doors in open position. And here's a close-up of the driver's side door in the open position. Here's a close-up of the driver's side door in the closed position. The concepts which I chose to examine for the redesign of the door was a gull wing door style, an automated sliding door, as in minivans, proximity-powered locks, as well as an air pressure buffer to aid in the door resisting when being pushed by wind or pulled by gravity. Points to consider within the redesign: anthropomorphic difficulties with gripping or small button pressing, small navigation around the door and maneuvering into the vehicle, avoidance of premature door closure which may lead to injury, and the burden of redesign. Gull-wing doors. Popular mechanics cited the reason for the sparsity of the gull-wing design, and it may be attributed to that it is difficult to properly design, can be difficult to use, and has a low crash test score. But it's not gone from the market, as seen in this commercial.
T-Mobile now has Binge On, so you can stream all the movies, TV, and sports you want without using data. It's like free.
What? Introducing Binge On. With T-Mobile, stream video free without using your data from Netflix, HBO Now, Hulu, and many more.
That the gull-wing doors will make the production model, and all models will feature all-wheel drive, and there will be an option for a third row of seating. Tesla is the master at under-promising and over-delivering. Generally, in the automotive world, car companies load concept cars with pie-in-the-sky features like gull-wing doors, and then remove them from the production model, but not Tesla. With the
This sliding door. Please note that all of the vehicles with sliding driver's side doors are coupes, meaning that they do not have rear passenger doors. As can be seen in the video I'm about to play, too many buttons which activate the automatic door can be problematic with arthritis, dementia, poor vision, and so on. As can be seen in the video, the markings are not very clear on the key fob, and even the person displaying it hits the wrong button a few times. Let's watch. Proximity-powered locks. This is commonplace technology, available standard to most luxury cars, and easily added aftermarket to most others. Ron Burgundy is not impressed with old news. The air pressure buffer was an evolving concept. I'll take you through my stream of thought. First, I had here what you would call a slam stopper for a screen door. I then looked to this next diagram. I'm not really sure what the summer closer position or winter closer position is. If anyone knows, please do email me. From there, I was looking at how it can be adjusted for different pressures, different resistances, and different buffers when it comes back in for a slam. Then I looked at some of the larger scale ones, which are more meant for heavy-duty type things, which may be required in the case of a car door which is being blown by medium wind. However, upon further research, I learned that the air duct, the maximum acceptable bend in an air duct for pressurization is only 90 degrees. That would make it very difficult to fit into the car door if it were any other shape. Next, I learned, that is to say, that if it was too curved, it would not properly compress the air to create the proper buffer. That being said, a curved air buffer does not seem like a viable solution. So then I thought, what about a folding or recessive unit? But that just didn't make any sense. So then I went to spring-powered with possible regulators. And afterwards, I thought there's a potential for it to be enhanced using a mild electromagnetic charge and some regulatory software. This is a pretty complex evolution of thought, and as we go forward, it will come more into focus. Assessment and conclusion of ideas. To modify the vehicle frame and obtain parts to install a gull-wing door or an automatic sliding door that meets the population needs would generate a cost that outweighs most of the benefits. Or at least it would be cheaper to buy another vehicle that has those features. Though the pressure buffer system was not controlled by air pressure per se, magnetic spring and locking mechanism would allow for controlled resistance and release of the door, so as to avoid getting your leg smashed in the car door. The improvements. Paper design. The close-up shown illustrates the potential placement of the buffer within the hinged area of the door. Much of a car door is empty space, such as this area in the orange circle. You'll notice that the plastic molding covers up a large gap between the interior and exterior part of the door. The device could easily recede into the panel and tuck in a molded panel meant for that shape. Regulatory sensors control the hinge's directional tension, depending on which pressure sensor is being activated, the interior or exterior. Activation panels are outlined in blue. Locking and unlocking would be automatically activated as a result of the proximity with the user's keys. And finally, we have the door jokes.